Happy Monday. Welcome to Meach'S Musings here on the Jeff Meacham Network. Thank you all for watching on YouTube. Hi, Kobe. Thank you for watching on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, thank you, of course, on Twitter, Periscope, whatever you want to call it. Both my Twitters and Periscopes, actually. Hello, Mike. Welcome in. Again, if you didn't read the topic, shame on you, first of all, because y'all need to learn to read in this time of crisis and quarantine. But I'll go ahead and lay it out for you. Basically, what we're doing today is a non-wrestling discussion. I know that's going to sound weird, and I've been doing the wrestling thing for my entire life, pretty much my entire adult life, and definitely before that, as far as the wrestling fandom goes. But what we're doing today is we are doing non-wrestling discussion. I want to know what you guys are doing, how you guys are doing in this time of isolation, and whether it's by choice or whether you're basically feeling like you have to stay indoors. And the reason I wanted to do this today, and hello Colin, thank you. I don't know about the big dog, but Roman is also staying isolated, and he should, so more power to him. The reason I decided to do this is because for the first time since my MRI for my concussion back on March 22nd, I actually went off property today. I was so proud of myself. I actually took a walk. I put the mask on and I threw on my hat. Not this hat. I threw on an old King's hat because it was warm outside. It's actually warm in here right now. I should have the fan going, but basically I went for just a little stroll, about a 15-20 minute stroll. Just walked around my neighborhood and walked back. I just took the same route I would take to go to my son's school. Just I just wanted to get out of the house and do something besides sit here and stew all day. And I found that I enjoyed it a lot. I usually am not one to enjoy exercise or exertion of any kind, honestly, but the idea of going outside and getting that fresh air. Yes, I had the mask on, but it's all about that dirty air versus that clean air. I've been told that for years by various sources, and it's true. And I've been interacting with people via a video screen, be it my phone, my computer, my tablet, whatever the case may be, for whatever the case may be. And it was like, I gotta get outside. I need to go outside and do something. And I gotta say, Kobe, thank you for that comment, because that's basically why I decided to start Rewind. And I brought Greg in for that because I enjoyed watching and listening to Tony Schiavone's podcast, do that with Conrad Thompson, where he would what happened, Warren, and do that every week on Wednesdays. And I felt, you know what, that is awesome, because there's stuff on the WWE Network and in some cases whatever else they're watching that I've never seen or have not seen in a very long time. And you mentioned 85. It's amazing how much stuff is locked up in that network that nobody knows about. It's very cool that we have that big library at our resources. But I was sitting here looking at my Roku TV. I'm gonna go ahead and look at it right now. I've got the WWE Network. I've got Disney Plus. I've got YouTube TV, CBS, Hulu, Netflix, my movie accounts. There's so much stuff that I can just sit here all day and just get lost and just veg, but I'm not getting that fresh air, getting that clean air, that refreshing feeling of interacting with outside, even if there's nobody else out there. And for the record, there was not a single person outside walking on that path. It was scary, but it was. It was during the day, so it wasn't a big deal. And WrestleMania 4 is a hard watch. Greg and I did it, not live. We didn't broadcast it live, but we did tape it live. The tape. It's a rough go, man. It's definitely a couple pee breaks worth. So good on you, Kobe, for that. Big G, the birthday boy, recently. Happy birthday, belated birthday. I know I said it to you on social media directly, but happy birthday, Big G. But thank you for being part of the No DQ family. Big G will be on the No DQ review this coming Thursday. He will be in my chair, if you want to call it my chair. It's not really my chair, but he'll be there Thursday with Aaron and Virtue and whoever else may occupy the seat. So stay tuned for that on Thursday at Aaron Riff No DQ on YouTube. And Daniel has a good comment. I like this. During this quarantine, I'll be able to watch my DVD collection of Tales from the Crypt and Gotham seasons and playing PS4. My buddy JJ will like that because he's been trying to get me to watch Gotham for years, and I haven't, and I probably should. And if he's going to come on today, I will probably catch it for saying that, but it is what it is, as we say. So let me go ahead and throw this out there right now. And let me just hang on one second here. I'm going to do a little bit of technology because Lord knows technology is not my friend all the time, but it does work every once in a while. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this up there because I don't want to sit here and talk for another 55 minutes, although I do enjoy doing this, obviously. But I want to hear from you guys too, and not just on comments. So if you want to come on in. And we'll get you guys telling the world what you're doing and telling the world what is happening in your life as we deal with this. But yeah, I went outside. I ended up logging the workout, if you will, the walk on my DDPY with my heart ticker, and I got a pretty good, decent calorie burn. I must say, I was very impressed with how much I burned calories. It was really cool to see that happen. I was digging it the most. So it was awesome, and I greatly appreciated the help with keeping track of that, thanks to Dallas and his amazing DDPY. So is anybody out there on Twitter or Periscope that is watching that is not commenting along? Let them know that we're here. If you're on Facebook, I don't see your comments, so I will go ahead and be proactive and turn on Facebook on here. I don't know why, but the Facebook comments don't show down here in my little comment section. So there you go. The Watcher, hello. Thank you for coming in. If you're just getting here, this is a Smith's Grove. Hey, it's funny. I was talking about Halloween with a friend of mine earlier today. Caitlin, if you're watching still on Facebook, thank you for you said something. I missed it. I went away. There we go. I ended up. Caitlin did say hi, Caitlin. Hi, thank you for coming. Mikey's here. All right, Statboy's here. For those of you just joining in, thank you all for coming. I appreciate it very, very much. It is very, very appreciated. We are doing a non-wrestling show for the next 55 minutes. I see you in the green room, so stand by in there, sir. I can hear myself talking, which is always a disturbing thing. I need to turn that down. Thank you very much. We're having a what are you doing during this quarantine mess show, and you can comment along. You can join in the video, which right now, as a matter of fact, we are being joined by a man who just celebrated his birthday.
What's up?
Big G.
Yeah, what's up, Mr. Jeff? How are you?
Big G's on the road.
Yeah, well, I'm not driving. My fiance is driving, so we're good.
Well, I would hope you're not using your driving to calm the road, because that would be dangerous. I would feel very bad if you got in a wreck.
So how are you doing during all this quarantine?
I am doing, it's one of those things where, again, you really don't know how strong you are until you're forced to be strong. It's you end up it's finding a resolve you didn't have before. And like I said, I had not gone and had not left property except to go to an MRI. Really, I had not left since the 15th. Went out one day on the 22nd to have my medical stuff done, but I hadn't left my confines of the Meach'S compound, if you will, since the MRI. So just to go past that driveway and take that right turn and go up the street, I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it was different. It was cool. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But I know that you just had a birthday, and was that a did you have a because it's funny you had a birthday this weekend, because I had a friend of mine who was on our WrestleMania wrap-up show. He wanted to do a birthday, but he didn't have what you call a pro Zoom account. So I set up the account, and we had this big party. We went from like 8 to 3. It was crazy. Like we were talking and just shooting shit stories. And what'd you do for your birthday?
We actually went up to Gettysburg campground. My fiance's parents have their camping, so we went and we had lunch and we walked around Gettysburg for a while, and then went back home. and we ordered Olive Garden. So funny story. I don't know if you read it in this private chat yesterday, but my account under Google is Big G, and so on the name on the slip that printed out was Big G. So we were waiting there almost 20 minutes, and the guy kept on coming out 3 different times asking, "What's the name?" And I'm like, "Is he serious?" And so I looked on my account and it said Big G. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" So yeah, and
Oh, jeez.
that was fun. Yeah. And then we went back home, and then we started watching
That's
the
awful.
original Child's Play movies last night. So it's been a good weekend, you know. And then me, I'm working full time right now at the grocery store that I work at. So I'm glad I still have a job. Thankful that I have a job, and I just hope everybody does what they need to do. Stay safe, stay home if you have to desperately need to stay home. And if you do go out, wear a face mask, something to protect your face. I think I lost him. I think so. You still there, Jeff? I think I lost him. Yeah, I'm
Checking. Am I on? Hello, hello. Okay, Mikey can hear me in the green room, so that's a good sign. Colin, no, you don't Skype me. You follow the link, and I'll put the link back up now that I'm back because damn internet in this house just wants to be. Stop, hits me. I want the ticker to be on, so I want that to be a ticker, and it's not a ticker. I need a ticker. A ticker. Like a twister. That's the Wizard of Oz references. Either they're too young to know what the hell I'm talking about, which is probably a lot of you. Okay, so there's. Can we show that? Can we do that? Yay! Okay, so there's the thing. There's Mikey. I'm gonna bring you in. Thank you for waiting.
Hey, no problem, bro. Anytime. Hi.
Oy vey. You know,
You cut out for a second there.
I think you've been on the show with me more times this week than you've been in the previous 9 years of our friendship. So
I know. I'm surprised I'm not trending.
right. Hashtag Step Boy approved.
Yeah, really. And I'm waiting for my Twitter followers, all 200 of them or so. I'm waiting for that next number. Hey, I saw you on the Jeff Meach'S show. Click.
That's right. Hey, click. Hey, I
You
love it.
never
Dig it
know,
the
you
most.
never know.
So we kind of got a feel for what you're doing during the quarantine. But for those of them that missed Friday's show and the WrestleMania wrap up, you work down the street at a certain Buena Park locale, and they're
can say
closed
it.
for the moment because I can't. Okay, Knott's Berry Farm. And Knott's, of course, is closed, just like Disney and just like Six Flags and Universal and all that. But you are finding ways to keep yourself not going batshit. Yes.
Yes. Like I say, a lot of Hulu, a lot of Boomerang. I'm still a cartoon connoisseur, so oh yeah, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, the classics. I'm also kind of waiting.
Bar frickin' bear, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. I'm honestly waiting for, like, I don't know if the new season of South Park has started or anything, or if they're cut down. But when this all gets over, I think they're going to have a recap episode. They did an episode a long time ago when the anthrax scare took place, and I believe it was I want to say it was Stan's mother who would lie on the couch cross-eyed while watching CNN, and here comes Stan's dad. She's like, honey, can you make dinner? Oh no, I can't make dinner. In that mumbly voice.
Right.
I'm surprised that hasn't been me watching CNN, because
it's funny. I found myself. I don't know why I did this to myself, but shortly before we went on the air Thursday for the 30Q review, one of our viewers, Caitlin, Aaron's fiance, sent me information that the chump in chief was going to go live. I'm like, I'll watch him. What the hell? So I figured he'd be done by 7 Eastern in theory, and him, Pence, and like 3 or 4 of the doctors just kept saying stuff that we already knew. And it's like, so I found myself sitting here with the computer like this because I was going to do the musings. I'm just like, the notic review. I'm just like, why did I do this to myself? Why? No.
I think I
not saying it's just him. I'm just,
I think I gave up on watching Trump, Garcetti, and Newman. All 3 of them. I can't watch them anymore because I don't want to see the same things over again. And then also I think she's the superintendent of LAUSD. She's got silver hair. I don't remember her name. I'm tired of seeing those things.
You know what? But she's a godsend to all of her parents, man. She's been a huge benefit to us and let us know what's happening, because what she does bleeds down to what we do in the local districts. So, it's very important for us as parents to know what's going on. So her, I had no problem with. It's selfish. I only have a problem with the interruptions on the news because, you have been a stay-at-home worker your whole life like I have, or as far as doing the wrestling stuff like I have. When I have a routine in place where, okay, I get up, do breakfast, clean up in here, 11:30, my main story comes on, and then at noon, here comes the luckily, I got a hookup from a friend for YouTube TV, so I end up watching my show at 9:30, so I can actually watch my full show and not have to worry about interruptions. So that was very very cool.
Yeah, I know what show you're talking about.
Yeah, Big G, thank you for being on. I appreciate it. Appreciate you coming on. I know I lost you there during the call, but I got to see everything you said. So thank you for coming on, sir. So are you still doing walks, or are you?
Not as much. I did go out today, and I used a bandana today. I didn't use a mask. It did give me a little bit.
Whatever you got to do.
The darn thing wouldn't stay on my nose, so it dropped a little bit. But it's a little bit better than the tightness of the mask. I mean, I talked about it. It gives me that gag reflex. There was a smaller gag reflex with the bandana, so I might just stick with the bandana. But I think as soon as I heard the news in Buena Park, it said, you have to go, when you go out, you have to be covered up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna limit going out until I ultimately have to. And I did go to the grocery store this morning, and it's like everybody I looked by, I'm like, how do you guys do this? I can't. The thing's slipping off. My nose is popped out. My mouth is out, and I'm like, it's so uncomfortable. And they're like, well, yeah, this is the new norm, And
it is, unfortunately.
It is, and it's like I said on an earlier show, I don't like it, but you have to break down and do it. This is what we're going to have to do until these numbers drop, until these numbers go down. And, I hear the people just as well as the politicians do. I know you guys want to go back to work. I want to go back to work. I want to have that whole thing where, I can go outside and talk to people and interact with people. And I get it. I even heard, and we talked about this during the Zoom session we did. When I heard that there were protests in Huntington Beach, I thought, why am I not there? I get it. I want to be around people. I don't necessarily agree with what they're all saying. I mean,
it's not, okay. Let me cut you off. And actually, I have somebody else waiting, so let me just finish with this. Okay. Do not join those protests, that boy.
No,
the whole point of staying at home and not being in a group is to stay home and not be in a group.
I hear you. Quickly, there was one show I wanted to quickly talk to you about. Star Trek Picard.
Yes.
Do you know about that?
I loved it. The whole season was amazing. Yes.
Okay, I did. I found a clip on YouTube that I saw, and it made me think of you. Picard died.
Hey! People better not have watched yet, dude. What are you doing?
Sorry, but I saw that, and I saw that, and I'm like, well, that can't happen. Picard can't go. You can't.
Without saying too much, he's not. Okay. There you go.
Yeah, I saw what happened at the end, and I saw that scene, and I immediately thought of you because I know you're a Star Trek guy, and I thought I wanted to talk to you about that.
I'm very much a Picard guy. Yes. So all right. I will discuss that with you in private as far as what happened on the first season. And by the way, if you don't have CBS All Access, the reason I got CBS All Access is because of Star Trek Picard. So by all means, sign up for that. It's good shit, as Vince would say.
If I did spoil it for everybody, I'm sorry. I didn't know, but maybe we can't edit because we're live, but I apologize.
All right, Stat Boy.
Stat Boy out.
So it's funny that there's a comment on there I put up there. We need to get together for a horror movie review. Danielle Harris is live on Instagram right now. I don't want to take away from my own stream, but she's actually live. Halloween 4 through 6. So, anyway, talk to him. And Colin, my friend, how are you, sir? I know that when we spoke briefly on chat yesterday or the day before, you were dealing with some shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but my upper back and neck, trying to move those is pretty impossible. I went to the chiropractor today. She didn't really do too much, honestly. She didn't even like crack me or anything because I'm pretty inflamed in certain areas. So I have like can't see it underneath the beard, but I have like a ice neck brace on right now.
Nice. Okay.
So it's giving me a little relief, but I just want the headache to go away. But besides that, man, I'm doing good.
Yeah. So up until yesterday, you've been working full time then during this chaos.
No, I actually just went back to work 8 days ago. I was off for almost 30.
You were on maternity leave.
Yeah, no, they put me off. We got on March 15th. We got the thing here in Ohio saying that all restaurants will be closing at this time.
Right.
The area that I live in is a resort area, so we don't really have much of foot traffic at this point. So we shut down for a month, and my boss got some small business loan, and we were able to open back up and things. So I've been back to work for like a week, but the unemployment thing was a nightmare trying to get a hold of anybody, anything. It was, so anyone out there that's still fighting it, stay strong. If you are in the state of Ohio, press 2 for Spanish, wait 30 seconds, then press 9, wait 30 seconds, then press 3, and then when they say hola, just say hello, and they'll start speaking to you in English. It's a shortcut that I've used. Pass it on. But yeah,
I wish it applied in California. I'll tell you what.
So I sat home for literally 4 paychecks. So, you know, it sucks.
That's crazy.
I binged watched a lot of TV.
Well, yeah, I bet.
You know, like classics though, good old classics. You know, like Home Improvement, Family Matters.
Yeah,
you know, those good shit. The Dinosaurs. Like, you know,
Is Home Improvement on one of the major platforms?
It used to be on Hulu, but it got taken off. But I just know some things, and I'm able to stream whatever I want.
Oh.
So
you'll have to talk to me after off air.
Yes, we shall discuss. You have my information.
Because Home Improvement is my favorite sitcom of all time, I think, ever. I'm not being facetious. I mean that.
It's between that.
You know, it's funny. I have never actually seen a full episode of The Office to this day.
Oh my God, Jeff, you need to. But I mean, the only
there's a few on that list.
There's like the only plus side of this whole quarantine thing is being able to spend time with my kids. You know what I mean? Like,
right, because you're
work a lot. You know, I didn't hear what you just said.
Rather new. You have a rather new addition to the family, yes?
Yeah, Peyton's 5 months old, so I spend a lot of time with her, it's nice because my fiance works from home, and I'm off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays right now, so it's nice I can spend all day with her, and then our 14-year-old son as well. You know, we just got the news here in the state of Ohio today that schools, kindergarten through 12, will be closed the rest of the school year. So
wow,
yeah, he's bored. He wants to go back to school. He's tired of playing video games. I thought I'd never hear that ever, but he's like, I'm bored. I'm tired of playing video games all the time. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah, it's the my son. You know, he just turned 12. He doesn't get bored with video games, but we're trying to encourage him to do other things. Obviously, because is that me I'm hearing? Jesus, that's terrible.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to do other stuff, but like all his extracurricular activities have been canceled as well. Like he would box 3 nights a week. He would, everything else has been canceled. So we do what we can here at the house. We have a bag set up in the basement, and we do what we can. But it's still, it sucks for everybody and everything right now, and I feel bad for everyone, even if you are working, because I know people are straight assholes out there. I mean, I go to the grocery store and I see it firsthand, and I don't even work there. Or people going out to buy the
Yeah,
dumbest things ever. Like, you know, like there's when right before the policy of how many people could be in a store at a time, our local Dollar General right down the street put 8 people at a time. So this couple went in before me. I walk in a couple minutes later after someone else left. The gentleman of this couple is literally texting on his phone the entire time, not paying attention to anything, not grabbing anything. It's like, why do you need to be out in the store right now? Like, explain to me what your fucking purpose is. Excuse my language. Sorry to try to drop the F-bomb on your channel, Jeff, but, you know.
That's okay. If you're on Facebook, look away for a second.
Yeah. Whoops. Skirt. But, I mean, I just hope everything goes back to normal as fast as possible. But, I mean, everyone just kind of stay strong, keep your head up, find new ways to entertain yourself, pick up a new craft, polish a craft. I got to play my drums more in the last 30 days than I have in forever. And
right,
you know, if anyone plays an instrument out there, you know, if you don't play for a long time, you get a little rusty, and it's nice to be able to slay it again. So, you know,
it's one of those things where, you know, no matter what you do, you have an opportunity now to do it better than you or get more honed than you've been. You are good. It's amazing how much, you know, people don't see it as an opportunity. They always see it as that, oh my god, I have to be stuck. It's like, no, man, enjoy the fact that you're getting this time.
Right? Watch that movie you want to watch. Watch that show you want to watch. Paint that bedroom you want to paint, like, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, get this done, because not every day you get to sit at home for 30 days or so with your family and actually spend the time. And then when you're at work, bitching and moaning how you miss your family and you miss your time and you wish you could do this and you wish you could do that. This is your time to do it. So
exactly. So you stay well. Be safe out there.
Thank you.
Hurting your back.
Dude, I don't even know what happened. I literally don't. I have no freaking idea. So just one of those things. And
that's just crazy, man.
Yeah. So hopefully the next.
We'll stay strong, brother. Take care of the kiddos, and we will work on getting you healthy enough to sit up for a half hour or so of WTC. We'll get you to step up to Greg.
All right, sounds good, brother. Take care.
Take care, Colin. You guys be safe. Bye. There we go. The Nerdy Q family is coming through. The Casa family is coming through. We've seen Big G today. I love it. It's been good times. Mark, to answer your question, I put it up there a couple times. I am planning to watch Raw at the top of the hour. I don't know if I'll stay through the whole thing or if I'll just pop in here and there. I do want to get some other things done in here because you guys can't see other than on this side, but this room is a train wreck in here. The Office, I believe, on Hulu is both. It depends what your access is, but Home Improvement, unfortunately, is, like I said, not like constant on Hulu, but I am going to find out because I do enjoy that show. Do watch Family Matters. I love that show. I've been Take 3. 3 times a charm. Jesus. Okay. Rob G, I love your comment, and yes, I agree. I miss hockey so much. I've been watching the classic games that they've been showing on the different networks. Matter of fact, NBC this weekend showed the 2 championship Stanley Cup winning games for my Kings, our Kings. We are all Kings. It was cool to see that again. And yeah, they didn't show the whole game because they cut pieces out, but we saw the moments, and that's what counted. And I was at the first game we won in 2012 with my dad, sitting right here next to me, not here, but at Staples Center. And it's one of my most enduring memories. I honestly, to this day, probably until I go, to Aaron and Caitlin's wedding when that happens. The Kings winning the Stanley Cup is probably the second greatest memory, the greatest day of my life, other than my son being born. Because we all believed, but we really didn't. It wasn't a, well, maybe it'll happen. We were a complete long shot back then. Excuse me. Sorry, Corona. We didn't expect to get there, and we did. It was really cool. Damn it. Not saying now I get the fits. Here we go. Yes, Rob, I remember that you were a Rangers fan. We had that talk. And what was really surprising about that New York Rangers LA Kings series in 2014 was the Kings had played 21 games prior to meeting you guys in the final. It was 3 straight Game 7 series. They played more games that year than any team had ever played winning the Stanley Cup. They played a total of 26 playoff games, plus the 82 regular season games, plus preseason games. So they were tired. Mark, the Nashville Predators are in Tennessee, I believe. I could be wrong. Pretty sure Nashville's in Tennessee. And if they're not, then my friend Sam and Chuck are moving for the wrong reasons. Another show I haven't seen, but Aaron swears by it, so I'll have to take a look. Better Call Saul. I have heard wonderful things about Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad and all those. So it would have been cool. And yes, definitely want to see MLB resume because the Dodgers need that revenge against Houston. And against everybody, because the Dodgers got shafted out of the World Series, without question. Grave injustice. And I know I figured you were talking about it. I was just giving you a hard time because you said Tennessee, not Chattanooga. So be specific. Use keywords, folks. Pronouns, pal. It's funny you say that, Mike. I honestly don't know what to think about WrestleMania getting canceled next year. And the reason I say that is because we've got our governor, we've got Garcetti, we've got everybody saying, expecting the worst as far as, prepare that we're not going to have live events until 2021, if that. We've already lost Taylor Swift's live opening show at Sophie Stadium this coming July because it's not going to be ready because they're not constructing full time because they're not there full time doing the work. So if this thing can shut Taylor Swift down, it can do anything, honestly. And I am hopeful we get WrestleMania and the peripheral events, but I am, hoping for the best, preparing for the fact we have to wait another year, which again, I'd rather the world be safe and healthy and be able to go outside and do the simple things than be selfish and no, I want my WrestleMania. It sucks. It sucks big time that I can't go to Staples Center, that I can't go to Dodger Stadium or Angel Stadium, that I can't do anything in that realm of entertainment or anything, period. I can't even go to Starbucks because our Starbucks local to me is not drive-through. So I don't drive, ergo, I can't use Starbucks. So it sucks. So I get it. It's a very trying time. And I did not know that Chattanooga had any of those. So that's awesome that you guys have something when the world is normal. So embrace it when it comes back, Mark, because it's we're learning more and more that we need to cherish the things we have when we have them. Big G, my favorite Child's Play movie is definitely the original. It's the standard bearer, and I think that each subsequent one got goofier and goofier. Now, I will say that Curse and Cult of Chucky both did very well getting back to the horror roots, but they still had elements of goofy. I am very much looking forward to the TV series once the world stops being batshit crazy and we're able to get back to television production, because Don Mancini was saying a lot of good things about the upcoming series. And if they go with the storyline, continue from the storyline of Cults, I'm looking forward to it, because they brought Andy back full time. They brought Kyle in for that movie. So it's going to be very, very cool to see all of that come together. My favorite Friday the 13th, honestly, I've only ever seen the very first one and the 2009 reboot, redo, whatever you want to call that thing. It was bad. Honestly, it was bad. So I can't really make a good judgment call on Friday the 13th, or Freddy for that matter. I can't judge either one of those two because I've not seen them all. So there's that. Mike D, I had not heard this. Did you hear that the NHL might resume with 12 teams in the East and 12 teams in the West making the playoffs? 1 game series in first and second round, best 3 of 5 in the conference finals, and 7 games in Stanley Cup. I hadn't heard any of that, and I think it's a very presumptuous thought. I don't think we're going to see NHL happen until much, much later, if we do get a conclusion to 2019-2020. Just throwing it out there. Again, I said I haven't seen all the Freddy movies. My favorite one is the first. It is the standard bearer. It is the one that's the tone for the rest of them. I enjoyed Freddy's Dead only because it was my first Freddy movie I ever saw. So there's that. I enjoyed Freddy's Dead. As far as Michael Myers' favorite, I enjoy the first one, of course, and I really found myself loving the one 2 years ago, 2018, the retcon version, the Laura's Not His Sister reboot, if you will. I call it Halloween Rises, is what I call it, because it's a resurrection of the series. I call it Halloween Rises. So 2018 movie. I also really enjoyed Halloween 2 from 1981. And if I can be so bold as to recommend something, I would definitely have to say the extended edition of the original movie that was broadcast on NBC back in 81 that's now on DVD. You can find it on Amazon. You can find used copies on Amazon for relatively inexpensive, and the disc quality is solid, because I actually have a copy here in the house, and I watched it. It was very well done, and the quality was good. The first movie, either version, number 2 from 81, and the 2018. The rest of them, I can take or leave. H2O, I did enjoy, Mark. I enjoyed H2O because it was the first Halloween I ever saw, thanks to my ex-fiance. But again, it retconned 4 through 6, so I'm like, I'd rather just continual continuity. That was a what do you call it? The redundancy. But anyway, the NHL would have to be empty arenas. But again, part of the hockey is going to the games for me. I've been going to the games since I was this big, so I wouldn't want that. Never seen Tales from the Crypt, except brief little clips walking by late at night when I'm going to the potty or whatever. So don't have an opinion. Same with Hellraiser. Never seen Hellraiser. And from what I've heard about Hellraiser, I don't want to see Hellraiser. Complete mindfuck. I'm good. Thanks. Just had no interest. That's a good one. Mount Rushmore of wrestling announcers. Okay, very simple. Jim Ross. Mauro Ranallo. I know he's still new, but that's my choice. Jim Ross, Mauro Ranallo, Gordon Sully. And you know what? I'll throw him a bone because I actually like Tony Schiavone. As far as play-by-play. Color commentators, Taz, JBL, Jerry the King Lawler, when he wasn't acting like he is now. And I will put the fourth guy on the color commentator side is Bobby. Although, okay, hang on. Bobby, Jesse Ventura, JBL, and the King. There we go. Bobby Heenan, Jesse Ventura, JBL, and Jerry the King Lawler as the color commentators side. Yes, Jerry Lawler. Right? So yeah, play those guys. Okay. Anybody else want to join me on stream? Although we had a technical difficulty the last two times, I'm willing to try it one more time because we got about 14 minutes before Raw goes live on USA Network. Again, if you're, I wouldn't say Gorilla only because I like the guys I like. I said better as far as their actual commentary style. I think Gorilla was good when he had Bobby. I think once Gorilla and Bobby were working together, Gorilla wasn't as good. Just from my point of view, Bobby could work with anybody as the heel color commentator. He could work with Vince. He could work with Jim Ross. He could work with anybody. So, I believe Raw is live tonight. I don't know for sure, but either way, I'm going to watch because it is first run WWE programming on a Monday night, and that's what we do. So, again, that's why we're here. So, this is a good question. I like this question. It's one of those, tug of your heart moments, but I'll ask anyway. The saddest moment in WWE. This is from Mike D. Owen, Eddie, or Benoit? Again, I honestly want to say that it was Owen. And I say that not to slight Eddie Guerrero's passing or slight the tragedy of Chris Benoit's story. Chris Benoit's story is more gut-wrenching and tragic and horrific than it is outright sad. Eddie's is very, very sad in that he had found his redemption. He had found his way back. He had been clean for 4 years, and his heart was still so weak that he didn't know it. And he just dropped, and it was tragic. It was awful. But Owens was the saddest because Owens could have been prevented very, very easily if it wasn't for the element of Crash TV in the World Wrestling Federation 21 years ago. It's really that simple. If there hadn't been that kind of Crash TV bullshit they were doing, and granted, I was a fan, so I'm not gonna, try to, retroactively say I wasn't, because I was. But I didn't need to see Sting come out of the rafters. I didn't need to see Owen Hart come out of the rafters as a goofy a superhero gimmick, and it cost him his life. And that it was very, very sad. I felt for Martha. I still do feel for Martha to this day. I'm one of the few wrestling fans I know that doesn't hold to this ridiculous grudge against Martha for her position on the WWE. So there you go. Smith's Grove with the question: favorite Playboy WWE cover girl? God, there were so many good ones. I have them all. I enjoyed Sable, the first one, because she was, of course, the standard bearer. Joni for personal reasons, dear friend. Same with Ashley. Both friends of mine. Honestly, the best one I think was probably Sable's first, Rena Merrill's first cover, and pictorial. But Tori Wilson's solo outing was very, very well done too. So Sable and Tori for me personally. Let's see. If Owen Hart was still alive, I would have loved to WWE. Yes, I agree. He should have been WWE champion. I think he would have been had he made it to the end of his contract, which was, I think, the end of 2000 is when his contract was going to be up. So again, what if, right? Mike D, I like the question. Who's better? I know this is tough for you, Jeff. Who's better, Trish or Charlotte? Oh, golly. I'm going to say right now, right here it is, moment of truth, Charlotte. And I think she's the overall better athlete. And I And I love Trish. She was a guest on. She was a text guest on one of my shows, and she's a wonderful. I forever will love her. She's my all-time favorite. She always will be. But I think better that question right there, phrased the way it is, Charlotte is better. I'll get to your question momentarily, Wrestling Fan 1088. Don't worry, I'm getting there. Colin, where does Chris Hero go from here? I don't know. I mean, I thought he was going to be a lifer at this point in NXT, and the fact that they let him go, I have not seen confirmation of that, so I may have missed it under DQ, but it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame because I think that Chris Hero is very underrated. I know he had some problems with weight and with conditioning in general when he first came in. So again, there you go. I guess so much for the non-wrestling questions today. I just realized that I was asking. That's okay. I forget. It's whatever. It's fine. Wrestling Fan 98. What were your initial reactions to the death of Chris Benoit? I was 9 years old and bewildered, and I feel old reading that out loud. That you were 9 years old because I was 24. 24. I was working at Target that summer. It was my first full year, my only full year at Target. That was my entire full year. And I checked out my register. I was either going on break or going home for the day, one or the other. I can't remember which one it was now. And I closed the register, counted down my cash from in the back, went to go head upstairs, and I get a text from Aaron. And he said, have you heard about Benoit? No, what are you talking about? Then I got a text from Bernie, my Rocky Horror cast leader, who never texted me ever for any reason back then because we were just both so busy. And he said, OMG Benoit or something to that effect. And I went, what the hell's going on? And I go upstairs to the break room at Target, and sure enough, it's on the news that they'd found the bodies of Chris and Nancy and Daniel. And I was like, what the hell? Holy crap. And go home and watch Raw, and they do the tribute show, and Regal's comments. It's funny that Jericho mentioned William Regal's comments in his book because I didn't notice it at the time, but going back and watching it when I did, I went, if you have a copy of that in your archives, watch that again if you can get through it. It's a tough get through for sure, but I was shocked. I was pretty much dumbfounded, to be honest with you. I couldn't believe it. And when the news really came out and we found out what was really going on, it was horror and dismay and just complete disbelief that it had happened. It was heavy. It was heavy. Mike D wants to know if I think Sasha should win Money in the Bank. Why not? I'd be down for her challenging Bayley. I'd be all about that. I wanted to see it at WrestleMania 1-on-1, but I didn't get to do it, so why the hell not? Got about 5 minutes to go, folks, and we're going to wrap this thing up. Matter of fact, let me get my TV queued up. Oh, I turned it off. Son of a bitch. I hate that when the Roku thing goes dark and you don't know. Let's see. Yeah, wrestling fan. I went to my TV. The TV had the news on. If I could step over my words, it was definitely the most surreal moment I think ever. Ever, no question. Best Owen Hart moment comes from Mark Bannon. The best Owen moment for me, and besides the WrestleMania 10 win over Brett, was probably that night in the ring on Raw where he and Brett and Davey reunited and formed the new Hart Foundation, because that was super duper cool. I really enjoyed that. moment a lot, and it was very cool to see the brothers-in-law and the brothers come together and to take on the entire country. Really, it's what it came down to. It was an amazing moment, and it's one of those things where if you weren't alive to see it when it happened, then it's hard to get the feel. What is it, 23 years later? But it was a very, very cool moment, no question about it. Let's see, a couple more questions here. I don't know what we're referring to. Thoughts about AC/DC hiring Axel when they did? Disgusting, haha. I don't know what you're talking about, Smith Grove, because I was not alive when Axel. Maybe I was. I don't know what you're referring to. So come back to me with the question, and we'll get there. I think Bray beats Braun. I'd like to see it, but as long as they keep it where Bray isn't completely squashed, then Braun should retain. Braun has been long overdue, and I know that Bray has too. I think Bray won't beat Braun Strowman. I think The Fiend will. So there you go. Figure that one out. How long should Drew hold on to the WWE Championship? As long as it takes for him to get that over and be a dominant WWE champion. Yes, he's beat Brock, and yes, he's beat Big Show, and then he's going to feud with Seth Rollins apparently, but he needs a good, decent, long run as the WWE champion because he has more than earned it. He is just an incredible talent, and I can't stress enough how awesome that Drew McIntyre is. Mark Bannon with a comment. Let's see what it says here. Oops, wrong one. Just kidding. Mark Bannon, what about the moment that Owen Hart threw in the towel? Well, actually, Owen didn't throw in the towel. It was Helen that threw in the towel. But Owen's performance, yes, you're right. I did forget about that. Thank you, Mark. Owen's crocodile tears and convincing Helen to throw in the towel was the greatest shady, sneaky heel thing I've ever seen. It was so good. So well done. Fiend versus Roman at SummerSlam, maybe Mike D, maybe. I'd like to see that. Thoughts on who's the hacker in WWE from Daniel? Daniel, I think I read it's going to be either Ali or Ali and or Chad Gable is the rumored name. So take it for what it's worth. Daniel with a follow up. Do you think the hacker will break up the New Day? I don't think the New Day is going to break up, honestly, but we'll see. Psycho Jet Black. We'll do that on Friday, Psycho Jet Black, with your question. I will answer that on Friday. So come in the stream Friday afternoon, same time, 7 Eastern, and we'll get that question answered for you. And the final question of the day, Wrestling Fan 1098. Will Chris Jericho ever go back to WWE? I know he doesn't have to or need to. I can't see him wrestling for them again. All I foresee is a Hall of Fame induction. That's what I would do if I was Chris Jericho. I would wrestle as long as I could AEW, get that money, get that revenue stream, and then when it's time to hang it up, do the WWE Hall of Fame induction. So there is that. So thank you guys. I appreciate you watching very, very much, everybody. And coming up soon on the Jeff Meach'S Network, we'll go ahead and do the plugs. Let me get rid of the banner here and let's where's the I want comment. Nah, I can't push the right button. There we go. Thank you very much. So let's that and get rid of that. So coming up this week on the Jeff Meach'S Network tomorrow. If you guys missed the announcement, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, brand new show for the Jeff Meach'S Network. It's called Undertaker Old School. And tomorrow on the show, we're going to be watching the very first appearance of The Undertaker on WWF television as he walked to the ring to team with Ted DiBiase and the $1 Million Team at the 1990 Survivor Series. So stay tuned for that. I'll have a co-host with me. And speaking of co-host, on Wednesday, Wrestling Rewind, Greg and I are, because I'm a glutton for punishment, I just feel like torturing people, we are going to be watching Starrcade 1994's main event between Hulk Hogan and The Butcher. I'm sorry. Thursday, No DQ review. I won't be on, but I want you guys to watch because it is a wonderful show. So tune in to No DQ and tune in Friday for Talk Wrestling. We'll be back here live on Friday with the live stream. You guys can check out everything is Jeff Meacham at _Jeff Meacham on Twitter and Instagram. And stay tuned. We will see you guys next time right here on the Jeff Meacham Network.